news stories for you viewers. Before that, two updates. I have been updating you about Burkina Faso. We are now officially confirmed the military has seized power. Lieutenant Colonel Paul Henry Sandaogo has seized power. He has appeared on national television. Secondly, I've been updating you about growing love between Scandinaga and Fano. Today, Skandanaga visited Shiva Robe town in North Chua Zone. Once again, Fano members took out a rally to welcome Skandanaga. We saw the same in Dasi. Now, three news stories. Firstly, a professor from Wolayita community is in prison. He has been in prison for more than a year. His son has released an appeal for the release of his father. The man was a critic of Ethiopian PM Abiy Ahmed. Secondly, viewers, Afars are calling for help. We have seen a campaign from Afar news sources, Afar activists. They are calling upon Ethiopian government to militarily support Afar. Are we going to see deployment of Ethiopian National Defense Force, other regional forces on Afar front? Could this front convert into an all-out attack on Tigray? Lastly, viewers, Oromia regional government has released a statement. It has offered an opportunity to OLA members to surrender. And one commander is being shown of OLA who has reportedly surrendered. Firstly, viewers, Professor Asifa Wodajo is from Wolayita community. He was a critic of Ethiopian PM Abiy, a very staunch critic of PM Abiy. He has been in prison since December 2020. His son has released a statement, a video message rather. He's calling upon all nations and nationalities of Ethiopia to raise voice for the release of Professor Asifa Wodajo. Professor Asifa was a professor at Dilla University, and he was leading Wolayita community as well, the community which lives in SNNPR, Southern Nation, Nationalities and People region. Wolayita has been making efforts for a separate region as well. A professor, a leader of this community, has been in prison for more than a year. Watch the video, which is an appeal from Professor Asifa Wodajo's son for the release of his father, whose only crime was that he was representing his people. He was criticizing Ethiopian government, Ethiopian PM. The way of governing Ethiopia of PM Abiy was being criticized by Professor Asifa Wodajo. He was put in prison. Still, he is in prison. Or the video clip of his son, Hero Asifa.
ሰላም ለእናንተ ይሁን። በመላው ዓለም የምትገኙ ብሔር ብሔረሰቦች በሙሉ ይሮ አሰፋ እባላለሁ። የፕሮፌሰር አሰፋ ወዳጆ ልጅ ነኝ። አባቴን ያለምንም ጥፋት ያለምንም ወንጀል አስራችሁ ስታንገላቱት ነበር። አሁንም ከእንደገና አስራችሁት እንዳንጠይቀው በሚል ከወላይታ አርቃችሁት እያንገላታችሁት ትገኛላችሁ። አባቴን ፍቱት፣ አባቴን ልቀቁት። ምንም አላጠፋም። ስለ ወላይታ ነው የተከራከረው፣ እውነት ነው ያወራው። የታፈነውን የወላይታን ሕዝብ ድምጽ ነው የከፈተው። ይህን ቪዲዮ የሰማችሁ ብሔር ብሔረሰቦች በሙሉ ድምጻችሁን አሰሙ። አባቴ እንዲፈታ ይደርሳችሁን ተወጡ።
Secondly, viewers, Afars are calling for help, military help. And we are seeing Afar news sources, Afar activists urging Ethiopian government to deploy Ethiopian National Defense Force and regional forces on Tigray Afar front, where Tigray forces are inside Afar. A few hours ago, Afar regional government released a statement. It said Tigray forces had captured Abala and Magale and they were moving towards Birhale. They had reached Asda where fighting was going on. Now we are seeing a campaign by Afar news sources, Afar activists, that Ethiopian government should deploy its forces, regional and federal forces, to push Tigray Defense Force out of Afar. If regional forces and ENDF are deployed in Afar on Afar Tigray border, are we going to see a full scale attack on Tigray? It could happen, viewers, if Ethiopian government decides to send ENDF, if Amhara forces, Amhara militias are deployed on a far front, we could see an all-out attack on Tigray from afar. Afar news sources say that Tigray is the aggressor here. Tigray says that Afar fighters entered Tigray, and Afar fighters have the backing of Ethiopian federal government, and they're trying to keep the route blocked for keeping Tigray under siege. It's an important front now, viewers. If Ethiopian federal and regional forces are deployed in large numbers on Afar Tigray border, we could see an attack, an all-out attack on Tigray from Afar. Let's see. Lastly, viewers, Oromia regional government has released a statement. It is offering the youth who has joined OLA to surrender. Oromia regional government says that OLA has done nothing. It has just divided. It has damaged Oromo people. That is why Oromo youth who has knowingly or unknowingly joined OLA must surrender. Today, government showed some pictures of a commander of OLA, which government says has surrendered. His name is Dinka Tamasge. He was operating in central zone of Oromia, an OLA central zone commander. His pictures are being shared. Oromia regional government says this commander has surrendered, and he has surrendered in front of West Shua Zone administration. Now, let's see, will OLA member respond to the call of Oromia regional government? That remains to be seen. And another point here is, will Oromia regional government support the inclusion of OLA in national dialogue? I don't think so. I think Oromia regional government will oppose the inclusion of OLA in national dialogue. The way statement has been issued today, in which very strong language has been used against Oromo Liberation Army. In the statement, it has been accused of being in collusion with the Tigray People Liberation Front. So the way Oromo regional government is lashing out at OLA, I don't think that OLA would be welcomed by Oromo regional government to be part of national dialogue. That's what happens. Thank you for watching.